Good morning, Miller Mustangs. This is the week of September 9th, and this is your Mustang Message. Updates. I have received the list of certificated staff members who are on rotation for evaluation this year. I will be sending you an email notification if you are on that eval list, and then I will meet with those certificated staff members briefly Thursday afternoon after our staff development meeting. If you don't receive an email from me regarding evaluations, you are not on the docket this year. We have our Pledge and Inspiration this Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the board meeting. It is a fitness-inspired theme that will feature 3rd and 4th grade students. If you'd like to come and support Miller, we would love to have you there. Also, I have artwork that I need to put up at Sousa, so if you have artwork that you'd like to submit, please give that to me today so I can get it over to Sousa to be displayed for the rest of the month. We will have a staff development meeting on Thursday. It will not be as long as last Thursday's meeting. You'll have an opportunity to go over and review your students' DIBELS results. We will talk about intervention groups and how they were identified and what they will be working on. And then we will wrap up with going over information for those certificated staff members who are being evaluated. Also remember that we have established our walkthrough pieces, so we would like to have the 4 B's displayed, your classroom rules, daily schedule for students' view, your school purpose that was delivered by El Fuego last Friday, speaking and writing frames, the school-wide matrix, and then your lesson objectives at a minimum for ELA and math. All right, some reminders. We have our Williams Act visit on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Please make sure that books are stacked on the desk. Please answer the questions and answers with students. I will resend that email today. And also make sure you've removed all chemicals, scents, and any daisy-trained electrical cords. We will also begin fire inspection walks. I think this is coming from M&O. So ensure that if you have any control panels in your classroom, that those are accessible. They shouldn't be blocked by cabinets or paper or anything like that. And then also make sure that your fire alarm is accessible as well. Jamba Juice orders for Jogathon are due this Friday. Make sure you're pumping up Jogathon with our students. It seems like it's going to be a great event, and all proceeds stay with us since we're the ones that are organizing it. We will also have TEL testing this week. The schedule is here. If you are not on the schedule, you do not have students that need to be retested. All right, shout outs. Thank you to Mrs. Burgess for coordinating student council. Thank you to Mrs. Perez for organizing cheerleading tryouts. Thank you to Mr. Wood and Mr. Levander for coordinating the fitness inspiration at the board meeting this Wednesday night. Again, thank you to Mr. Levander and Mr. Del Porto for organizing football tryouts. Thank you to Mrs. Syed, Mrs. Moore, Mrs. Dominguez, Mrs. Denton, Mrs. Ellickson, Mrs. Kringle, Mrs. Askin, Mrs. Crocker, and Mrs. Hamilton for being representatives on the leadership team this year. Thank you to Mr. Tennant, Mr. Vargas, Mr. Mendez, Mrs. Taylor, Mrs. Montalban, and Mrs. Hamilton for creating a plan for one of our 1st grade students. Thank you to Mrs. Hamilton for organizing the Jogathon Assembly. And thank you to all grade levels for the support of the Jogathon and donating wonderful gift baskets. Our students are really excited about it. Also, again, if you have someone that you'd like to send a shout out to, please make sure you email me so that I can include it in our weekly Mustang message. All right, that's it. Have a great week. Remember our Mustang pride.